Alright everybody, I don't have a particular lesson for this video yet. We're doing a medium cove. We got our scouting trinket, we got other trinkets on. I believe we have the campfire things on, so we might, definitely going to be a reactionary thing. Take one of those. Nah, we don't need that. I'm backing off a little bit on the provisions, not because I have money, but the cove is mostly medicinal herbs. It does have a... It's also kind of shovel curio heavy, and it's only 250. It is the most expensive technically, but I'll bring in one more since I'm not bringing in any anti-venoms, and one less bandage, so that pretty much makes up for a free shovel. I'm maxing out on food, even though we have actually amazing heals. You never know how the dungeon is going to be shaped, so even though you may have amazing heals, you will always need enough food to complete said dungeon. We'll check what week it is after this. This is a medium, isn't it? It is a medium. Wow. Okay, so no, you loser! Oh man, the irony of that, I guess. So that removes a negative quirk, and obviously the negative quirk I would have loved to remove was curious. However, obviously, as you just saw, the reason why we want to get rid of curious is because it interacts with curios without your permission. Ooh, I forgot. I bought the skills on her, but I did not. Thankfully, this is not a hard fight with a surprise without scouting, which is pretty rare. Well, I shouldn't say pretty rare. It is fortunate to get a scout. I mean, to get a surprise. I did not put on quick shot though, right? Yeah. So, well, I guess we can flare. Flare removes stress, even if it's just 0. Alright, so yeah, let me look at everyone's skills. They are all janky. What the heck? Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's fine. I know I bought your better skills. There we go. And yeah, so you are who you are. The problems of resolves 1 and 0 is you never know who you fully buy all the stuff for. So we luckily got a scout. It is, I think, like above a 50% chance. It is 100% battle runes. I'm curious on your trap disarm chance. Probably not great. 50, 70. It's not even worth it. We're not even gonna try. If I had an 80 or 90%, I would have tried to remove some stress, but that most of the cove traps in particular are really brutal. So there's really no point to just willingly throw myself into like 20 stress to get potentially a what, 8? Yeah, it would have been 8 stress heal. So it's just not worth it. Plain and simple. We will go for kill shot. Yeah, I got a pretty good damage swing because those guys are unholy. Obviously, we get extra damage from said thing. I'm just gonna put my headphones on here, make sure I got volume going. Executed with impunity. Yeah, we do. Okay. Charging my headset right now, so I don't got it on my head. I just wanted to make sure before I get to the end of this. This is actually worth something.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Yeah, I do need a lot of heirlooms, so I'll be prioritizing. I'm gonna come back for these. We're gonna get a right around. Ooh, it is a straight line. I thought those connected. I don't want to backtrack that much, do I? It's a lot of torches, and I'm thinking once I get to this room, I can remove a stack. Ooh, thank goodness that's a dodge. Like I said, cove traps are brutal. Yeah, so I'm thinking we'll get to this room, remove the torch stacks, use a key here. Man, so much loot. I just got those 2 journal entries. These journal entries, that's why they got me. They just keep showing up. We should be fairly close to the end of them, so I don't think we got an impeccable amount left. I could do that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hit the back row with a 7. Hope the Arbalest can finish that. A stun from the Vestal, and then a stun from the Crusader. And that should mostly wrap this up in terms of the big stress damage and all that stuff. So with that being done, I'm actually going to Inspiring Cry. Yeah. HP is just not going to be the issue. I mean, we might get rocked, but we have 3 separate heals in this party. So we're definitely not going to, like, not be able to heal the whole time. Especially with Jania's head, right, Jania? Yeah. So I'm not worried about HP. I am worried about stress. Hence why we're just going to keep removing it a little bit at a time. 5 stress is 5 stress. We're going to destroy the stunned guy in case we get to... Okay. I say you always focus the guy who was stunned, obviously, because he has the 50% resistance. Too much damage, gotta heal. And we have to pretty much do that. Nice. So she's back up to full HP. Shield breakers are just too flimsy. We're going to kill the Pelagic Grouper in the front. That way if the Arbalist gets to go, they will be able to target the Pelagic Grouper in the second position. Got to go before me anyways. 6 damage. I go for AoE crit there to once again try to get a crit and stress heal across the board, because I knew I'd be able to heal pretty much full HP there. I am letting him alive 1 more turn, but I am pretty confident that we'll probably get 1 person to go before him. Pretty confident. Not 100%, but yeah, I said pretty confident. Should be a decent loot. Actually, no, I don't really care for this. I am going to do that. I actually should have turned off the torch, and I'll tell you why. Because then I could have just moved those busts there and got more money. So that was actually, ooh, a secret room. Okay. It's only 100% battle rooms. I'm not going to campfire. And I'm actually going to turn off this torch when I get into the secret room. Because then I'm going to search those. Oh, that is...
The match is struck.
Oh, that is just... Oh, I could cry. Alright guys, so obviously we bring in the skeleton keys to open up secret room chests. I've done that a few times in my life playing Darkest Dungeon. Way more than it should happen, but I've done it. So don't pull me. Be smart. Use your friggin' skeleton key. Oh, that's so painful. That's literal, like what? 7,000 gold, 10,000 gold, maybe a head trinket. It's a really big deal to just activate the chest without the skeleton key. Now we're still going to keep the skeleton key because there are obviously other curios that could pop up. But overall, that is the whole point of why I was saving one, was for that moment, which we planned, which we did. We planned for it, we got it, we executed, and then I just completely AWOL'd. I don't know. Don't know what happened. Brain didn't work. Just said I give up. Oh well, it happens. The idea is, guys, obviously you're not doing my playthrough, which means since you'll be smart about things, when you do get the secret room with the scouting trinkets you've been working towards, and you've been buying the skeleton keys, you will then activate them into your secret rooms when you find them. So yes, very silly mistake for me to make. Fortunately, I'm not playing your game, so you get to reap the rewards of following my advice and how to set yourself up to scout, while not just activating it without a skeleton key. Anyways, besides the point, can't linger on it. We do like to try to avoid self-inflicted errors, but you know, we don't always get there. It's probably going to be a barnacle barrier. We do have the thingy bob on the shield breaker, so we will be going right through that, or we'll simply be stunning him out of it. I'm going to leave the Arbalist for that one. He's got 58% protection, and obviously bypassing all protection is a lot easier. She can just heal bot. I don't need anything back here. Once again, we're just AoE healing just for crit chances because, what, 9 stress, 14 stress there, so Even though I could have given a full one to her or get her max HP, we just AoE heal and I'll do it again if we get to her. Okay, so that's why I said it. Shield Breaker's just too good, break the game. A little squishy, but massive damage. Another double scout, nice. Alright, so now we know I can just finish out the dungeon like that. The odds of 2 shovel curios is pretty low. Ooh, I barely paid for my shovel back. Ooh. Curios and apprentice level are rough. They don't really... It's more of trying to get the heirlooms and stuff. The actual money you get from the curios at this level are not the greatest. So once again, it's the principle, it's the learning, and this is why I always tell you, if you're a brand new player without doing looking anything up, you're gonna hemorrhage cash. There's no way you're not going to. It's just, do I get greedy? He can do some good crits. I'm just gonna let him DOT tick out. Just gonna stun him up. They don't have the best accuracy. Now there's some stress and stuff and they can crit. We'll see if I regret this. Dodge. I do not regret that decision, unlike my decision earlier in this dungeon, which I massively regret. So yeah, at lower levels where higher dodges and speeds, you can take the chance if you know they're gonna tick out next turn. And like now I don't even have to focus on because I know she can heal, she can kill him. Look at that, see? So eventually, guys, if you ever want to like, so the point of this series is to master your estate, quote unquote, whatever master means. I really do want those busts, don't I? I got 6 already. I probably don't need the holy waters. Probably don't need the holy waters. Two busts is just too good because I'll probably pick up another 2 or 4. Yeah, 6 to 12. That's just too big for like what? Why would I keep the holy waters? Anyways, so obviously this video is talking about your estate, and your estate's mostly directly related to how well you perform in dungeons. So it's not a complete divorce of ideas here. It is it's pretty directly related. The better you do in your dungeons, the better you're going to do in your estate. However, there are things you look for in dungeons and want to do in dungeons that will wait, no, which angle was I going on? Oh, sorry, the fighting. Yeah, so obviously you can plan what you want to do in your dungeons, where you're going to go, all that jargon, all that yada yada, but how to actually fight and plan so you can maximize your stress coming out in terms of keeping it low, maximization, not high. That just comes with a lot of time because you can play, and I think it's very natural, and I've probably talked about this already, to play what I call reactive parties, which means I'm going to be just very good at healing and stress healing. And this party's a little reactive, only because there's some like resolve zeros and not high levels. Because the Arbalest, Crusader, and Vessel are all rather slow, and you wouldn't want them. You can get away with it, but I just don't know if you'd want this in like a higher level party with a dungeon with a lot of high speeds, because you're probably going to be going last more times than not. And your HP gets higher as you play the game, but your stress bar always stays the same. So even though you can sustain more physical damage, you're not going to be able to sustain more stress damage. So even though you may let the enemy do the 2 normal stress attacks they normally would do, instead of being, let's just say, like 30 stress, they could be up towards 45, 50, 55. Once you like see that 26, that could easily, well, actually was that 26? That's massive stress damage. Cove, that's why, okay. Well, let's use that as an example. After I shred you here real quick. That's a lot of stress. This is not the buff. I believe that's stress heal, but I don't think you need the holy water for this one. For some reason, these two always confuse the ever-loving crap out of me. There's like a ship one. I think this one you need the holy water for. I think you can activate it without the holy water. It just doesn't give you the maximized benefit. We'll find out. But yeah. So she took 26 stress damage. If this was champion, so she would have taken 52 if I let her go twice. And at champion level, if I let her go twice, I mean, what? I think champion level, it's Is it 25 stress? So would it have been 30? It also seemed like she took, oh, she took more stress because of Genius Head. That's why, as I was saying, it shouldn't have been 26. So wait, it's 2020, so it's 40% more. So she would have taken like 30, around 30%. So yeah, she would have taken 60 to 52. And you're like, oh, big whopping do, you know, like 8 more stress. Well, that's pretty much 10% more almost. So you're taking 10% more for the same turn. And all you need to do is hit 100 once. It's not like, you know, you can bring it down from 100. So someone gets critical, she gets hit with like 60 stress, and then, you know, she could be at 60, 65 stress within like 3 abilities, you know what I mean? So that's why having a slower party, like, even if you had the Jester and someone else to like massively reduce stress, if she just got targeted by 2 stress abilities, she could have been easily at 50 plus, and that would probably take like 4 turns to get rid of, and that's with like maybe 2 people pumping stress heals into her. So now you got a slower person going, and you got 2 people trying to help her near the end of the fight. And that's why I'm saying getting good scouting trinkets so you can A, surprise, because then you can maybe kill the stress damage dealer before they do that. B, having faster people so they can at least stun or do something. And then C, you need someone who can do a little stress heal like this towards the end, right? I can only do 5 per turn. She was at 41. I've gotten 3 turns in a row. I'm still doing attacking abilities. We had no chance of them summoning reinforcements, but we were able to knock some of that stress off. So that's where eventually you will completely learn. Nice. Continue venturing. So now we're going to enter the good part where I can actually turn off the torch. I think you needed the holy water for this one. I think she'll still get, I think she'll still get some of the benefits. It's just not as good. If it was
a handsome reward.
I'm not even gonna attempt that trap. I'm actually gonna go check out these 2 curios and turn off the torch, and I'm gonna call it a day there. I got another trap on the way. She's a resolve 1. Who's the resolve 0? The Vestal is? Cophobe. She has the who's got the highest? I think it was the shield breaker at 70. Oh, that does not make me. Yep. That does not give me confidence. Now, thankfully, it's only 15 stress, but still not the most confident. So I had 2 big little errors, I'll call them here, and I know I just jokingly said big little. I'm gonna just turn the torch off for this. Hopefully, it's not empty. All right. So that's not bad. I'm at the end of the dungeon. I don't need that. I'm gonna be greedy. Nice. I was gonna say I don't think I was gonna get smacked twice. So what? 7, 6, 4, 2. Amazing stress. We're popping out with 28 crest, 8 bust, 4 deeds. I think we're getting 5 deeds from the dungeon. So 9 deeds, 8 bust, 30. That's amazing. That's what we need. Yeah. And then we're gonna put this on the flash. That's why we did this.
If indeed there is such a
Money wise, could have been way better, but somebody made a mistake. Stress Eater. Oh man. Stress Eater normally does not matter. I'm gonna put her away for cove. Stress Eater is just one of those stupid ones that eventually sneak up on me. But it's not worth putting her in for. So we're going to go through, we're going to quickly check all these if people have ones that are not locked in. I don't feel like paying max cash for non-locked in ones. I'm not taking her in anemics, whatever. Alcohol, flawed release. Flawed release does suck, but it's locked in. Satan Phobe, I might remove that one. Tuckered out, 10% damage below. I might remove that one. Torn Rotator, you don't need that. Yeah, I'm thinking, where was it? Who was it? The Saint, yeah, Saint Phobia. You kind of have to judge which quirks you're gonna decide on. Depending on how you play it, I'd maybe say, oh, I know I put that on when I equip all the trinkets. So once you get to what is this, week 14, 15? This thing, Bob. So we just finished week 13, right? Because, yeah, I believe, I always get confused by this one. Because, oh, wait, you go, so that was week 1. So that was week 14. Okay, so now we're going on to week 15. Once you get to week 15 to 20, you kind of have to ask yourself, if you haven't already been doing it, How much do I want to start saving heroes and investing fully into them? Now, if you've been watching me and just watch what I did, I'm investing into them, right? I've played enough. I generically like know I'm going to invest into them. So I'm not really playing the game. Am I ready to like move on? We're going to get the level 2 weapon because these people could buy them. Because we're going to do a boss. Well, let me check if we're going to do a boss. But yeah, once you get to weeks 15 to 25, you're going to have to start asking yourself, how much are we going to start just stockpiling heroes we want to keep? And that means obviously skills and armor like I just bought. So I didn't expand the roster of the stagecoach. That's because I didn't see anyone I wanted to keep in there. I'll have to take inventory of my roster one more time and see who I want and what. But for the most part, I looked at it. I wasn't impressed. Let me sort by class. I think I have at least... I'm going to take these people out so I can get a proper sort. So 2 jesters, 2 vestals. I could bring in one more plague doctor. Okay. 2 highwaymen and a cultist. So maybe like end up with another flage, another hellion. Another plague doctor would have actually been, because I know there was one in there, right? So okay, both were in there. I'm not torn I didn't take them, because I'm also entering a medium boss dungeon, so it's not like I would have used them anyways. So yeah. Alright, let me talk about bosses. Bosses, yes. Good old bosses. I look for just trinkets. I don't care what the boss is. For the most part. Now I need a possible party, but I don't really care what the boss is. I look for trinkets, and I'm not particularly thrilled with the trinkets I see. It's 2 tough rings, which meh. The fortifying garlic is probably where I'm gonna go, and then it's just the 25% damage versus eldritch. I would just end up selling it. Now I would end up using the garlic first and then tough rings. Tough rings aren't terrible, and I might pop into the wield with the hag because of these 6 deeds, because these are portraits, right? I do like the garlic. It's very good for not using stuff. The tough ring would only be good like on man at arms and stuff and vestals. Don't know if it would mostly be for the deeds. But I'm gonna pop in for the garlic. I want to get a little more trinkets. I feel like I'm lacking some trinkets right now, so let me pop in here. It is the Swine Prince. So I'm gonna bring in the flage. Probably the plague doctor. We will do that. So incision, nice. Oh, I gotta buy some skills on this plague doctor. Okay, no problem. And I could do taking Dismas. We obviously just won't riposte. I am a little, well, I'm not lacking on heals in this party. I'm lacking stress heals in this party. So let's go around. Let's get everyone their if they're able to. I think the flage is correct. So let's get that. All right, you are all good except you. All right, we got all their armors and skills. I mean, all their armors. We're going to get their skills. That's all I need on her. The other ones I do not need. I'm probably not going to keep battlefield medicine on. I want to keep incision on. Actually, I'm gonna take noxious blast off. It's a very odd comp. I don't always do that, but yeah, for this scenario I am. You're gonna be an open vein. I might tracking shot at the beginning of this battle. Probably not, but we might. Definitely gonna get these upgraded. Actually gonna put on a sanguinate. I'm gonna keep you, and I might put a sanguinate on for the boss, just so I can get some massive damage, but we'll probably end up redeeming to save people. Alright, we're going to pop into the warrens. The next 5 weeks, the odds of me not doing the next 4 bosses I see are very small. The reason for that is a lot more money. Hopefully the trinkets are good, and we'll get some hero levels out of it. So hopefully we'll kind of get the best of all worlds. Hopefully when I find a secret room, I'll actually use the key and not just activate the chest without the key. Thank you for watching. We only have 5 weeks after this week, so we got 6 more to do, but we got 5 weeks after this one. and then we'll kind of take inventory of our whole estate. It's going very well, especially with that free building upgrade. But just to kind of take a 75% way through the guide, this is phenomenal. You could argue I could get one more in here maybe, because I still got a lot of recruits coming up. So maybe with how many portraits we get, we'll pop into here. We'll get the cheaper cost by 10%. The armor, I didn't really move it too far along, but armor has less you can buy. How do I say it? You don't buy as much armor as you do skills. You know what I mean? So like making your armor significantly cheaper is not as important as making your skills cheaper, because your skills are A, more, and B, cost more upon the initial getting. And also, they obviously go into the stagecoach. Deeds are pretty tough to get in the beginning of the game. So you could argue before the next 5 more weeks, I should get my roster to 25. And I should probably get armor smithing the furnace up 1. Now that's a lot of deeds. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that in 5 weeks. Unless I play medium and longs and only focus on deeds. The sanitarium's in a great spot. If you wanted, you could make them slightly cheaper. That would save you a lot of money. So I might just do that once. I don't think I would do it twice. If you got a lot of busts, you've been picking them up. You already got 2 slots open on each. Popping in another one, 20% is a lot of cash saved. Once again, don't touch the Abbey. Do not touch the Abbey. Don't touch the tavern. Say it one more time. There you go. So really focus on these 4 buildings in this kind of square-like manner. Obviously skipping the Nomad and the Tavern. Stress relief. We're going to make sure everyone has the trinkets they should. So I can show you that. So when I start the video, I don't have to talk about that next time. I'm actually going to put the stun chance on. Give her a nice 10% more on top of that. Whatever. I don't think... The Arbalist is kind of slow, so I'll do -10 speed on the first round. 5 accuracy, make sure he hits. I don't care about the dodge, he can get hit. Yeah, and then the rest of this, I guess Death Blow, Resist, and Virtue Chance. Might just throw it on him just in case he goes to Death's Door. Yeah. 28, yeah. 30% healing abilities. Actually not terrible. I could swap those. I tell you what. I don't know if that works directly with... It's Reclaim, right? We'll just make sure she hits with the accuracy. Yeah, it's Reclaim and the Redeem, right? Yeah, Redeem. So, yeah, I don't know if that works with the Reclaim. If it does, that'll be cool. That'll be 4 HP. If not, it doesn't matter because it's going to pop off on the Redeem. So, it's going to be 30% of whatever 37% max HP is. So, it will really buff up, so that'll be nice. And it'll also counteract that it reduces his healing skills and healing received, and he'll be able to pop out more healing. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. Like and subscribe below.